The report shows many households grew their wealth by more than 35% during the first few years of the pandemic. That wealth stemmed from federal stimulus checks, less spending overall, and historically low mortgage rates. However, that report from the Pew Research Center also reveals some racial disparities. It finds about 1 in 4 Black households had no wealth or were in debt in 2021. Community leaders say this report highlights the growing racial wealth gap.
It's very difficult, almost impossible to build wealth making minimum wage. So there needs to be other opportunities that's put in place for individuals.
The report also shows many low-income households of color were able to trim their debt by several $1,000s during the pandemic. $6 billion. That's how much Ohioans have bet on sports since January, when it first became legal in the Buckeye State. So how much of that money is the state making? We checked. Through October, the taxable revenue pulled in for the state of Ohio is more than $780 million. The state has accrued $102 million of that in taxes. Most of this money will go toward funding schools across the state. New tests show recalled cinnamon applesauce pouches contain 2,000 times the amount of lead than proposed safety standards. The samples came from an agency inspection of a facility in Ecuador linked to the contaminated applesauce pouches. They were sold in the U.S. and are now under recall. They were sold under the Wanabana, Weiss, and Schnucks brands. The FDA says there have been at least 65 reports of illnesses in children under the age of 6 linked to the pouches. The FDA recommends anyone who has consumed the recalled products to get their blood tested for lead.
We talked about bringing you some sunshine today, and while it's here, you can take a look outside in Salina. Looks not too bad. The sun's shining, there are a few clouds. The flag isn't stick straight like it was yesterday. However, even with the sunshine, it's still cold. Our temperatures are still in the 20s yet this afternoon and trying to make their way into the 30s where we'll plateau. So you're looking at satellite, you can see how the clouds have broken apart. There's nothing on live Doppler 7 this afternoon compared to yesterday at this time where we were dealing with whiteout conditions in parts of the Miami Valley. Look at Eaton. 29 degrees, and if you've been outside, you definitely feel it, especially with the wind factored in, and it's 10 to 15 miles per hour today out of the west-northwest. Thankfully, we have some sunshine. We'll keep that around through the day tomorrow, and with a southwest wind tomorrow, we get to warm up, and we're going to be warm for an extended period of time. Our temperatures climb well above normal. The Climate Prediction Center in agreement with this. That's why we're highlighted in dark red. They're saying we have a higher probability of being above average for at least 10 days. Take a look at the next 5. Our typical high this time of year, 40 degrees. We won't even make it there today, but we will tomorrow. 46, 48 on Thursday. Friday, we're at 46, 50 on Saturday, Christmas Eve. We're at 54 degrees. This is all out ahead of our next cold front, which, by the way, increases our next chance for precip. This go around, we're warm enough to keep it all as rain, and it's a series of low pressure systems that's going to ride up alongside this boundary. Round 1 comes in Friday, lingering into Saturday. Round 2 will come into play on Christmas Day. So then the next big question is, how much rain are we really going to get from each one of these systems? Well, over the next 5 days, you see that rain chance increasing. And by the time it's all said and done, through Monday, through Christmas Day, north of I-70, we can pick up a quarter to a half an inch of rain. South of I-70, it's where some of the heavier rain is expected at this point in time, up to an inch a possibility. So let's go through the next 7 days here. Storm Center 7-day forecast showing you that we are dry over the next few days. Enjoy it. This is the time where you can get out and do that last-minute Christmas shopping without having to dodge showers and pay attention to radar, like we will be doing on Friday and again on Saturday. Not a washout. It's Friday evening and into Saturday where we'll have some of the heavier rain. Sunday we clear things out, but notice that warming trend as we get into Christmas Day. We're inching closer to 60 degrees. Letitia?
Britley, thank you. Saving on holiday dinner. How to save money while feeding your family this holiday.